Are you interested in making 3 to 4 mil GP per day so you can buy girlfriends, Fashionscape at the Grand Exchange? If so, this master farmer has the skinny on how to set up your herb runs efficiently and to do them repeatedly throughout the day. Now let's get into it. Let's be real here. Herb runs are pretty simple. You plant a seed, wait for it to harvest, and plant again. That's it. So why exactly do you need me to explain to you how to do this? Because I see tons of players asking how to make money in old school RuneScape, and I want to help y'all out. With herb runs, you can cosplay the US government and literally print your own GP. Don't believe me? Here are some recent Grand Exchange receipts, and while the prices change, you will always be making money. Need further proof? Let's take a look at the herb run calculator on the wiki. After plugging in all your details, it gives you your expected GP per run. Let's say you're at level 40 farming with 5 herb patches unlocked, and you're planting toadflax. You'll be making a fair amount of GP throughout the day and steadily raising your farming level until you reach the big money maker of level 99. Taking a look at my herb run calculator, here are my profits per run. So let's just get right into it. There are 10 herb patches spread across Gielinor. There are 5 herb patches that are essentially unlocked for all members, and the other 5 are gated behind certain qualifications and quests. The 5 free are Falador, Morytania, Catherby, Ardougne, and Hosidius. And the other 5 that are gated behind quests are Stronghold, which is gated behind my Arm's Big Adventure, the Weiss patch, which is gated behind making friends with my arm, the Farming Guild patch, which is gated behind level 65 farming, the Harmony patch, which is locked behind the Elite Morytania diary, and the newest herb patch to Gielinor is the one in Varlamore, which is gated behind the quest Children of the Sun and Twilight's Promise. Now on the screen are all 10 herb patches in Gielinor with the transportation options ranked from best to worst. So the highest is the best, the lowest is the worst. You can pause here and take a screenshot, or you can just reference to the description of this video as I break that down all below. Big shout out to World 330, the house party server, and all of the people who host their home. A lot of these TPs are available in their player-owned homes, and that's pretty much where everyone starts their herb run journey. Now we are going to take a look at what an inventory for an herb run looks like. The inventory may vary a little bit from person to person, but they're all going to consist of the same few items. First is going to be some compost, and hands down, you should be using Ultra Compost. Why? Because it raises your minimum herb yield to 6. Your first purchase should be a bottomless bucket of compost. You can put up to 2,000 compost into it, and it will double it, so if you put in 2K, it will have 4K. This prevents you from having to have individual buckets for each patch. Next up are herb seeds. I'm of the opinion that you should be planting the highest level of herb seed that your farming level allows. You essentially want to rush to level 99 farming because that's when the real farming begins. You will need a spade to actually harvest the herbs, and any herb run would be incomplete without a pair of magic secateurs. These are an item that you get from the Fairy Tale 1 Growing Pains quest, and without going into too much detail, they help retain extra lives when harvesting your herbs, which basically just means more herbs. And then just a bunch of different items for transportation across Gielinor. A few items are absolutely necessary. The Ardougne Cloak from the Ardougne Diary series, the Ectophial from Ghost Ahoy, and the Explorer Ring from the Lumbridge Diary series. Thankfully for the Explorer Ring, you really only want level 3, which gives you unlimited teleports to the Draynor Village farming patch. While it's not unlimited, the Ardougne Cloak level 3 will give you 5 teleports a day to the Ardougne patch. Now, there are more teleport items that you may need in your inventory or in your player-owned home. However, I'm not going to list all of them. You can look in the description to see all of the information or go back into the video to the screen that you may have screenshotted. You may be asking yourself, Yaya, where's your seed dribbler? And my answer is, I don't need one. Why? Because I've done Barbarian Farming, of course. Yeah. Make sure you do Barbarian training with Otto at Otto's Grotto. Doing so will allow you to smash your herb seed into the patch and ditch the seed dribbler, freeing up another space in your inventory. Please make sure you finish the training with auto. I don't want y'all blaming me for losing seeds. If you finish the training, you won't lose any seeds. Lastly, I carry a small stack of GP in case I need to buy some plant cure from the local farmer at the patch. And while this may not have to do with herb runs, they go hand in hand, and that is, of course, running Bird's Nest on Fossil Island. In order to do that, you will need to complete the quest Bon Voyage. You will then have the best method of training Hunter in the game. It is very simple to add a birdhouse run before or at the end of your herb run. That's why you'll always see me with a hammer, chisel, and a stack of seeds that you can put into the birdhouses. Potato seeds or barley seeds work just fine. You make extra money with your birdhouses, have a chance at getting some pretty good seeds for you to use on your farm runs, and level up Hunter passively along with your farming level. I literally have done no other Hunter in the game and am almost halfway to 99 just doing these birdhouse runs. Now, while I'm finishing up this birdhouse run, let's get back to the heart of the matter, which is getting into the habit of doing your herb runs. I get it. Herb runs might not be the most exciting activity you can be doing in the game. However, it is one of the best passive money makers in the entire game. It seems like establishing a herb run rotation is one of the best ways to start building the habits of doing your herb runs. If you use Runelight, there is a quest in the quest tracker that gives you an example herb run. This can give you an idea of how to shape your herb run rotation. However, it seems that most people just kind of start doing it one way and then stick with it. For me, it's always Varlamore or Ardougne first, wherever I last left off and logged out my account. Then it's always Morytania, Weiss, Stronghold, Catherby, Falador / Draynor Village, Hosidius, the Farming Guild, and then of course whichever one I didn't do first, Varlamore or Ardougne. I myself have found this to be a very efficient herb run rotation, and because I do it 10 times a day, it's pretty much ingrained in my body and mind to know what the next herb patch is on my rotation.
Watch out, here comes trouble.
I could go on and on about herb runs and make this into a 60-minute video easily, but I think 7 minutes is long enough. If you check out my YouTube profile, you'll find a couple extra videos that may make your herb runs a little bit more easier and efficient. If you have any further questions on your herb runs, feel free to drop a comment. Also subscribe for more, as I will be releasing more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on your next herb run.